Hey everybody, welcome to Hills and Gills. Chuck here with you today, or this morning. It's like 6 a.m. right now on a Saturday morning. Yeah, I got up early to get caught up on some jig ties to bring to you guys before Christmas, because I'm going to be enjoying Christmas, and I hope all of you all do too. Let's tie up the little squirrel baby craw. But we have got our 1 32nd ounce jig. We got our black thread. This is an all squirrel tail baby crawl that we're doing here, and we're going to run our thread all the way down to the bend of that hook and then right back up to where the barb is, right at the tip of the hook up there, or the point. And the first thing we're going to do is put the pinchers on. Now this is going to be a little panfish baby crawl. We don't need to overdo it and end up with a smallmouth type jig. So we need very little hair, very little. So I'm just going to pluck away here till I get just a small pinch of that hair right there. Work with me, squirrel. And then we're just going to clip it away to make that first pincher. Clean up some of that excess about right there. Just a small amount. Now what I like usually doing is twisting it. I wet my fingers and I'll just twist this up here. It's easier to work with by doing that. And right there is what we want. We're going to do, I'm doing the backside pincher first. We're going to lay it right across the top of the shank of that hook. And we're going to give him a couple of nice tight wraps, locking him in. When we once get that done, we're going to pull him around to the side. We're going to bring our thread right back down to the hair. And we're going to try our best to go behind it and flare that hair out. Kick it to the side, as I call it. So we're going behind him. And then over to, like from the back to the front, over him. To lock him in over toward the side. Make those pinchers pull out toward the side. And then we're going to go right back behind him one more time. And then a couple more times across the front of him. Just like it right there. We want that pincher, as you can see, to lay over toward the side. Next, we're going to get us another little small piece, just like the first one. There we go. Not too extreme. I'm going to actually bring a little bit of this hair off as well. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Again, I'm going to wet my fingers. Kind of twist this up. Make it, straighten it out a little bit. Make it easier to work with. And then I'm going to lay it right on the side of the other one here. And wrench and repeat. Squirrel hair. Now right there is what you should have. Make sure that hair is separated like that back there. You want that pincher effect to it. And I'm just going to build this body up down through here, or the shank of the hook, with some nice tight turns. Now we're going to flip our jig over. Shoop. And we're going to add some long squirrel hair. This is going to be the body. So we're going to pinch us off a nice little pinch of this. It doesn't take a whole lot. Squirrel hair sometimes can be all kinky and hard to work with, but about right there is what we want. And we'll cut this as close down as possible on that tail. Work with me, fingers. Okay. There's what we're after. Now we're just going to lay this right on across the eye of that hook. And we're just going to push right down, kind of getting in the middle of it. And then we're going to give him a couple loose turns, locking him into place. And then we're going to give him a couple of tight turns. There we go. Now we can do some trimming afterwards. That'll be no big deal. We're going to flip her jig back around. Lock him down there. There's what we're wanting right there. We can do a little trim work back up here on the head if we want to when we want to get done. It may even look good the way it is right there. And then we're just going to go right down this body, keeping that hair flat. And working our way down toward the pinchers. Now you don't want to go too far, because you will start pushing them pinchers together if you put that hair too far down on that body. So you want to go down right to where the thread pretty much ends, where those pinchers comes out, and that's as far as you want to go with this little hair body. And then we're just going to work our way right back up, bring our thread up where we can tie in when we want to get done. And then I'm just going to give it some nice wraps here. Then I'm going to go behind it, locking that body in where we can cut this excess off. And there we go. Now, the next thing is to do a little trimming here. So we're going to cut that right there. And then we're just going to go right down the body here. Nice tight wraps. The reason I like using black thread to kind of go with the color of the squirrel hair. And I'm just going right back and forth up and down that body, giving it some nice tight wide loop turns. Then when we once get it all locked in good, I'm going to go right back down it one more time with nice tight wraps, kind of wide tight wraps. And then right back up toward the collar right up here. And now we're going to build that collar up. We're going to do a 5-turn whip on it. Locking him in. Get the excess cut off. Then we can trim him up here and get rid of some of those longer hairs. I want the rest of them to kind of stick over there. And then we're going to go ahead and lay the UV resin to him. Okay. Then we're going to flip him over. Kind of move him out a little, and then I'm going to put a little bit right on the body right here. It gives it a nice crawfish, shiny look. Just build it up. If you don't have UV resin, you don't really have to do this. There we go. And then we're going to hit it with the good old UV light. The baby craw made out of the old gray squirrel tail, 100% gray squirrel tail right there. And if you got fox squirrels and you got tails for those will work just as well. But this is a killer little jig right here for those big bluegill or big different types of panfish in general. Whether you're fishing like lakes, small streams, creeks. And the camera made it look big in that vise right there, but you can just see how small this little fellow is right here in my hand right now. And those big bluegill will absolutely eat this up here because they love like little small baby craws. And this is super cheap to tie, but super effective, all natural looking. So I hope you give this tie a try right here. I think you won't be disappointed in it. And if you need to do any trimming to it, like if you put too much of a tail on it, you can always take your scissors when you once get done and trim it out to give it that nice big V look for those pinchers sticking out on that crawdad like that. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. That really helps us out. Hit that notification bell. We got a whole lot more jig tying coming down the line. Come over to Facebook, join our fishing group and our regular Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. Links right down in the description. Till next time, stay safe out there on the water and happy tying, guys. Have a great one.